Hey, welcome to Terra Mystica Premier League. I'm Mr. Fickles, flying solo here today on the Premier League cast. Excited to be coming at you with this game. Looks like the setup is in. Fire and ice, landscapes on. No extra bells and whistles, it looks like. This sounds fun. What's up, Weber? What's up, Jekyll? Jekyll is away visiting her family right now. So I've got me and the cats here. She's got the kiddos as well. So everything sounding okay over there? Okay, so I guess we should take a look at this setup. Oh, interesting. All right, so we've got cultists, witches, alchemists, swarmlings. Thanks, Weber. Sounds beautiful. Oh, good. Um, so let's see here. All right, so we're missing dig scroll from the past scrolls. We're missing what else? Ship scoring and dwelling scoring. Just a little bit of scoring missing and no spade. That is fairly consequential to not have the dig in the game. Now there's tons of digs on the cult, so it shouldn't be too big. What's up, Deranged? How's it going, man? Um, so it should be, the lack of dig scrolls should offset that a bit. We do see two double stacked cults. Who put in Red Alert? Put in cultists. Man, a setup with cultists and swarmlings in, that's it's really something. Um, yeah, Weber's wondering about alchemists on this map. Yeah, it matters a lot whether this is swarmlings or mermaids here, because like one big issue is if mermaids are on D6, since they start with a ship, they can threaten D5. So a lot of times when you see blue and black in, you'll often see starting E3 D5 as black, and then blue is sometimes D6 F5. Um, this particularly because this is a landscape game, I actually think Swarmlings might start D6 and just strand a stronghold there. Of course, they're upgrading last here, so it's a little less exciting to do that than if they're upgrading first. So they may choose not to do that. I mean, like D10 is a nice Swarmling spot here for like a landscape town. Yeah, I mean, the thing with black is getting that one ship and then right, like if you're here with one ship, you dig D6, you get that. Here with one ship, you dig this and get both of those. Now, if swarmlings are on D6 or if witches start C4 and dig that, you lose that, of course. But yeah. So swarmlings will take big building, I'm guessing. Um, this is four colors in a row. Interesting. So, and brown and green are the ones on the end of that. Now, swarmlings are a little bit of an asterisk on the four colors in the row thing, right? Like they're a bit different. And there isn't any like extra end game scoring, so it's not, they can be fairly isolationist. How does the track look for them? It's okay for swarmlings, right? Like big building last round, that suits like cultists. Not really anybody else. Cultists, I'm curious how good cultists are here, because anytime you see, right, like they can, there's double stacked cults, right? Seeing like two brown events, two blue events. If they can end up hitting all of these, and there's no temple event, which is good for cultists. Yeah, it's interesting. Um, they do have swarmlings as they do have swarmlings for cult competition, so it's not totally runaway, but I don't expect alchemists could could attack water or something in round two. But yeah, I'm always so nervous about cultists being a runaway train. So um, I guess let's see on the placement order. So witches we probably expect on e4, cultists on d8, witches on e4. They kind of get this e5 and then d9. Cultists I think are d8 here. Could go double center. They could do something funky. It's nice. Green and black can be buddies here relatively early in the game. There is big building scroll in. No, no ship points for swarmlings. They would rather have that in the game. And honestly, alchemists are really hurt by there being no ship scoring in the game. There's also 0 workers on the cult, which is interesting. Still a lot of spades though, which should help with the worker production. It's kind of interesting about it's a little bit unclear how double dig will break down actually. In the sense that I don't think swarmlings, right? They're going to take big building, and so it's a little unclear then who's going to upgrade. And I think this will be an example where people are looking very closely at everybody's power being at 10 in bowl 2 and trying to figure out if they can upgrade in the right sequence or, to try to delay things in just the right way. It's a little bit hard to forecast because I don't think we're going to have anybody that starts with 12 in bowl 2. Yeah, Swarmlings. Weber thinks Swarmlings will get double dig, and I'm assuming you're saying that from the big building scroll. And if I'm correct, that you think they're starting on big building and double dig, that could be pretty nasty. Landscapes are on Chile Gonzalo, excuse me. Landscapes are on, so swarmlings are really helped by that for sure. Let's see. Witches are hurt by that. I guess we haven't mentioned that, but witches don't like landscape, and just in the sense that relative to Swarmling's landscape is so good. Yeah, Jekyll's wondering if Swarmlings have to start D6 to try to get double dig um, in addition to starting on big building. Swarmlings definitely are safe here. I think, except for the fact that they might have to strand this structure. I wonder. I mean, the other nice thing, if Swarmlings can get double dig, it's actually possible that they leave this. No, I guess not. If they could get a neighbor somewhere else, but I guess they're not going to have a neighbor over here. They might. What's not totally insane to me is if witches start D9 actually and guard this green. If swarmlings are already on D10, I'm not saying they will, but it's not insane to me because these look pretty safe. I guess the risk, that would be a route where they take are hoping for temp ship or something like that, and then get to E4 basically round 1. But I think that's not insane, which is a little bit of a bummer for swarmlings on D10, but it's also possible that they could strand a dwelling at D6, go stronghold D10, double dig D11, E7, and do their round 1 TP upgrade there. Then they're probably towning round 2. That's interesting. Which is down to 26. It's a pretty big lead on cultists. What do we have cultists starting on? Worker power? Oh, probably priest. So we probably have alchemists on priest, cultists on worker power, or 4 coins and a cult step's not crazy either. That extra cult step for for Cultist is really nice in round one in games where they don't have, like, when it's not fire and earth that they need. You know, like, people can deny you. It's just much harder to deny you that fourth step if you also have that step in hand from your pass scroll. What's up, Halai? How's it going, man? Chili Gonzalo's worried about stranded swarmlings. Stronghold in a landscape game. Yeah, it can be a little it can be a little bit hard to get to 3 towns. You can very easily get to 2 towns. While stranding it, and I think depends a little bit on your goals and how realistic. Um, F5 and temp ship is the psycho play. F5 and temp ship. Yeah, I don't. Why though? Yeah, for swarmlings, I'm guessing. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't seem necessary, but especially if you think you can start on big building and have a shot at double dig anyway. Um, but uh, but yeah, it's good. People who are self-professed being bad alchemist players calling this as an alchemist win. Thanks, deranged. Yeah, the witches. I mean, now at least cultists are down a little bit more. I would definitely be a little bit concerned about witches. I mean, again, swarmlings are sort of a fake neighbor, but they are going to take away the D9, dig D10, get D11. So witches are going to have a juicy neighbor on C2, so they'll get this D3, dig D2, get to C1. To get to D3, they'll probably have to stronghold, you know, early-ish. I don't, the other route is like going 3 ship, which is tricky and undesirable with no ship scoring in the game. So, um, yeah, how bad? I mean, cultists seem pretty. I know brown can be a little tricky on this map, but there's no yellow. We might see some funny shenanigans around D7. Like, sometimes witches don't start on both sides of this, and sometimes they'll sneak a double dig on D7 and cut through to E4. It's not impossible that we'd see that here, but otherwise, doing a sanctuary here town, a sanctuary town here for cultists would be really appealing. I think we're getting close to the end of this auction. I don't know. Do you guys think we're getting close to the end of the auction? It feels close. I think I would be. We're getting like alchemists. There's at least workers on the scrolls. Swarmlings will be a bit out of their way. They'll have nice neighbor in the northwest with witches to do a town up here of some kind. The ship scoring scroll not being in the game and dwelling scoring is a big bummer for alchemists, and that's probably what these players are worried about. Cultists seem like, I don't know if this is a winning auction price, but it seems like I it feels pretty safe at 32. 10-point lead on witches, 6-point lead on swarmlings. Yeah, it seems pretty good. I feel like we're probably approaching the end of this auction. So, oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, it felt like it just seemed like the prices were looking. So Simone B on Alchemist. So we don't have Jekyll on the cast today to like openly just cheer for Simone B. We'll get a more even-handed experience this week. Apologies for my casting partner last week. Not that I'm anti Simone B. Simone B's also, I do like Simone B. But cheering for it. In fact, we should probably talk about the standing. So this is only Red Alert's second game, and he won his first game. So yeah, okay. So we'll probably get. Sorry, just commenting on the placements here. We see C4, which is we'll probably get either D9 or E4 as the other placement. I would think. We'll see if he wants to be spicy and go D9. Perfectly reasonable to not. We do see Swarmlings consider this is likely to be stranded unless they want to do a ridiculous temp ship line to the west, which I don't think they will. Plus, I think Alchemist will be on D5 anyway. So yeah, so we'll see what witches do. They might do something crazy like start D9 to be annoying to Swarmlings, but we'll see. I think Cultists will be D8. Is that what we think? Probably. It's happening, Pog, says Chili Gonzalo. I'm not quite hip. Could you tell me what Pog means? I don't have the moment to Google it right now. Sorry, Chili. I'm still new to the internet, Grandpa. Yeah, we see D5 for Alchemist now. That's expected. So I'm guessing this is usually D8 for Brown, but maybe like unless you get like a neighbor in the south, right? Like Gray often, when they're starting H5, then you can get Brown on H4, for example. It's actually a really nice stretch for them. Yeah, the only other idea I had was if like Brown and Green could somehow coordinate up here, but I don't think that's Oh, thanks, Chili. It means a viper's head. A viper's head is Pog. It's a Twitch thing. General excitement. Hey, general excitement. I love it. All right, I'm in, Chili. I'm in on general excitement. Thank you. Love it. Okay, general excitement. Claybo's thinking long and hard about this, so I wonder. I had like a weird, just in the interest of like thinking about weird possibilities. E1 with green on D3, probably not. Oh. E6. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, Claybo, you dirty dog. See, Claybo's like, I'm going to get D8 anyway, and Brown on this map needs like two ship fairly early, so he's probably aiming for like a two ship round 3. And what he says is, look, D8's super safe, and Green goes to D9. Oh man, this is wild. So I was right about the Green on D9. Claybo, probably anticipating that, says, you know what? Swarmlings are going to upgrade like crazy in the east. They're going to get so much leech here because blue can't build at all, basically, in the middle. So they're going to do all their building over here. Hephaestus, ooh, cannot be thrilled with this. He's got his work cut out for them. I mean, he'll get, I'm guessing he'll beat Brown to E7, although wouldn't that be a death toll? Yeah, it's just going to be tough for Swarmling, which is too bad. I think what would be the most balanced outcome today in terms of keeping the table balanced would be Hephaestus first, Claybo second, Simone B third, Red Alert for fourth. If we get that, the table, I like drama, so that would keep the table as perfectly balanced as possible. We do have Swarmlings on big building. It's kind of like too good to pass up for them, especially with this potential that they'll get double dig anyway. Holy cow. All right, everybody's probably thinking about like these upgrades, like so Green upgrades first. Why care so much about balances, Jekyll? Yeah, you just unilaterally cheer for Simone B. Yeah, all right. Hey, Pong, I've got my cat co-caster with me again. Pong's here, true terror mystery cats fashion again. Hey, buddy. If you hear lots of meowing, that's Pong, and Mango's probably around too. Okay, so yeah, Alchemists go Priest. Claybo's got a super Claybo's got a super interesting decision here. I don't think he'd consider Tempship, but I think Four Coins and a Cult Step or Worker Power are both interesting. But what opening does Worker Power open for him, right? I mean, it's just generally good to. Oh, she's just kidding, Doreen. She just wants Simone B to win, probably. Yeah. Um. So he went Tempship. Interesting. So I wonder if he's gonna try to Priest first move. I mean, he must be planning to Priest first move, right? Otherwise, I don't get this unless he thinks he can get Double Dig and hit F5, which is like the reverse of the Weber. You were kind of jokingly thinking about starting F5, and I think you were saying as Swarmlings double digging E6 and build D10 round one. I wonder if but there, I guess there's I don't think it's not immediately obvious how Worker Power is going to shake down, but I guess Claybo figures if he gets Priest, that's fine, right? He goes Temple, 2 new dwellings. So he's got to be looking at either Priest or... Because there's no, like, single dig. There's no single... You know, sometimes Temship is nice with single dig. Right, like if he was on D8, he could actually, on Tempship, single dig B6 and build B7 or something. But I don't see anything like that. So it's got to be either a Priest or a shot at double dig that he has in mind. And then we'll see if cultists get this air dig. Because he doesn't have the step from the pass scroll. And witches preferred to take Worker Power. I wonder what Red Alert is thinking about. I mean, it's just witches are so interesting because you never know when like they're gonna go Stronghold and all of a sudden they're somewhere completely different on the map, you know, like especially on a map like this where you could just like pop your way to D3. There's no like real obvious lines that I'm seeing here for witches. I mean, there's just like kind of standard stuff around like going air 2 for that air dig. Yeah, Priest to Air is like it's not quite as exciting as sometimes round one Priest to Cult can be. You don't get the 2 coins later, and it's the only air one. It could be nice for witches in the sense that if they go like air 2 and Priest to Air, oh damn. If witches had 4 coins and a Cult Step, they could have done air 2, Priest to Air, Cult Step Air, and gotten 2 digs off the cult. That'd have been sweet. But they went Worker Power. Anyway. I'm just imagining other branches in the multiverse. Clearly Red Alert is up to something. And I mean, this is just a flexible line, right? He's just... so this is where everyone's seeing who do we want to give the double dig to. So it looks like it will be witches in the sense that Hephaestus, unless Simone B upgrades. If Simone B upgrades E3 right now, he gives it to Hephaestus. This is partly why that auction was so crazy. If Simone B upgrades E3, he gives it to Hephaestus. If he doesn't, then Hephaestus would have to upgrade next to green or take a power auction, in which case green gets double dig. Green would double dig D7 and then cut through the middle to E4, which would be bonkers. Oh man. I think I would rather give this to Swarmlings. Don't you think? Oh, he took priest. Whew. I get it. I get it. It's probably what's best for him. I was wondering also if he might just like increase if he might just like increase ship once and then start angling for single digging on like B3 for example. Um so oh wait, so Klebo is not going to get double dig or priest here. Oh, Klebo. See, this is the risk with them going temp ship. I'd be curious what. I'll have to ask him after the game if he was just hoping for one of those two. Yeah. So this is. Oh wow, there it is. Oh, game on for witches. I did. See, I don't know if I'm Simone B. I think I might have given double dig to swarmlings there. It's just not as good for them as it is for witches here. And I get that witches. It seems like swarmlings are it's stacked against them given the starting placements. I'm not saying they're out of it, but I think Heffa has an uphill battle. I would have rather like that double dig is so good for witches. It's crazy. Sorry, I'm this wild. We've got predictions of air to Alex or water to Alex. I mean, if it was Melisson, it would definitely be water to Alex. And honestly, Simone B and Melisson drink the same water, so it would not. Wait, water to Alex? Priest to air, step air with water too? Nah, no thanks. Sorry, deranged. I'm not George. Really, I'm surprised George Shorwell's promoting water too. That's shocking. Um, and I'm sure George, you're just like cheering against swarmlings on principle. I'm a little bit cheering against cultists on principle, although now I think so. He's single dug E7. Oh my god, poor swarmlings, guys, so mean. So mean to swarmlings. Why would you do that? That's so mean. Oh man. Hephaestus, I'm sorry, dude. Um so here's our first favor poll. This actually could go a few different ways here. This is his last chance to get the cult step though, because I don't think he's building next to anybody else. So he needs air too if he wants this dig. Although honestly, where's he putting the dig on? He's turning something to yellow. Um, we've got people deliberating on power in round one. Maybe it's a connection issue. Oh, they're just going in order, right? Sorry. So there's the called step. So let's see. I think this is his last chance to get the called dig. Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, I don't think Simone B is putting this priest to air, so I think cultists have just one air now. I mean, I guess we'll see. If witches go air two and start putting priest to air, that could happen. I don't. I'm a bit turned off by air two for witches this game, given that cultists went air two. They get a lot of power from going up cults, and you're facing swarmlings. I get that you get the cult dig, and it's not bad. It's definitely not bad for witches to go air two here, but I'm not like super enthused, and I'm curious if Red Alert is mulling some other options. You can hear the yowling cat. Yeah, yeah, my bad. Um, oh, he does go priest to air. Oh, Simone B. Okay. All right. Was it you, Jekyll, that said air two, Alex? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you probably are right. Um, he gonna go priest to air, priest to water? Is he gonna go? Is he gonna go like priest? I don't think priest to earth is good for Alex here. He's got it. It feels like Earth 2. I think it's Earth 2 second priest to water for alchemist. What do you think? Oh, advanced ship for the right, for the cult spade. He needs a place to put the cult spade. Yeah, for sure deranged. Yeah. Yeah. So if he's gonna go air 2, he needs a place for the cult spade. That'll go on B3. Yeah. For sure. Who's lining up double dig for round 2? Sadly, Swarmlings don't even have a good place to double dig. All right, we do see air 2 from witches, so it'll be interesting to see. I think this is probably wait, but we also think air 2 from alchemists. The heck? I can't imagine that was optimal for all these people to just crank power and then fight over limited. But yo, these are good people, and it'll just be really swingy who gets the who gets the good power actions. I mean, TBD still on Simone B. So he did increase his ship. I mean, it can only be water 2 or air 2. I don't like. I think I. Oh man, it's a little bit of a clunky start from Alchemist. What do you guys think? I mean, he did have a bit of a points lead. I can't remember what he had on Cultus. It's like 8 points on Cultus. Stormlings took the coins action. Oh, he did water 2. Okay. I mean, I 3 air 2s here against Swarmlings seemed wrong. Sabobi and Melisson on Alchemist, it's like an 80% chance they go water 2. All right, buddy. I mean, so he'll get a dig this round. He'll basically get nothing next round. He'll probably just take next round, step on water, and then step. I guess he'll step next round on earth and then step on water the round after. I just don't love getting only a coin. But it's all good. It's all good. All right. So step. Okay, so Hephaestus has gone Temple round 1 and is going Earth 2. I think that's probably. Hephaestus is in such a tough spot now. I feel a bit bad for him, honestly. But we'll see. I mean, he's good. He's got Earth 2, which is pretty spicy. We'll see if he can. Oh, right, Sanctuary. Okay. Okay, so now he's got his water 1. All right. Well, he's gonna crank priests. And what is he gonna pass on to here? Probably, is he gonna put like 3 priests to call next round? Or is he gonna Clabo has 4 power income. And he can only take 3. That's unfortunate. A little strange. I wasn't following the details of that. It's like a little odd. Okay. Yeah. Does Hephaestus is probably deliberating. I mean, I don't think he wants TP scroll yet, but I could see him wanting temp ship or priest. Is he gonna get single dig next round? It's not a dwelling round. I was just wondering if he could. Yeah. If he could single dig B8 or something. Witches have to be feeling pretty darn good. I mean, their map control is bonkers. Swarmlings I don't think are going to threaten like F3. I mean, it looks like, I mean, I don't think Swarmlings are any risk of taking, Swarmlings are any risk of taking Earth 1 here, so I think they're going to get it when they want it. Feels like witches are in a really good spot. The only concern, I guess, is being so far behind alchemists on points, and the fact that cultists are just cultists and it's double stack cults, which is a bit of a concern. Oh, it'll be a little sad, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what Brown now does. Like, because if you look at their expansion, oh, oh, dude. Dude. Wow. Oh man, that's just ruthless. Dude. Sorry, he just he just double dug D11. That's too bad. So did cultists put their cult spade? So they must have put their cult spade on that hex, and then Swarmlings turned it. So what happened there? And were there like cult dig shenanigans happening on D11 that I missed? Anyway, it is brown now. Sorry. I feel so bad for like everything has gone against Swarmlings here, and I think a little bit was predictable in terms of the starting placement. Like I think we saw potential for D9 witches, and then once we saw that, we probably should have seen the E6. But so like that could have been foreseeable. I think I feel like things have really broken in an unfortunate way for Hephaestus, given that to me he was in last place. I guess I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. I would have rather Swarmlings gotten double dig than witches, for example. But who knows? Maybe it's just because I was cheering for Hephaestus in the first place because I was wanting the table to be balanced. Okay. Sorry. I feel bad for Hephaestus. He's got to like couldn't happen to a nicer faction. George sure will. Yeah. Like the two least loved factions are cultists and swarmlings, probably. Yeah. And now Simone B gets priest to water, so at least that goes along with the. I think that goes nicely with the water 2 plan. So I think that does help with the water 2 idea. All right. Hephaestus is going to get at least one town. Sweet. So he did take the single dig and then and took that. It's pretty nice for Claybo to now get the 3 spot on Earth. Holy cow. That's pretty wild that sat there. So I guess witches are going for Earth 1 now. This is very very safe way to go for witches. Just go Earth 1, then build E5, and then up ship next round. Aim for G6 F3. What's up, Pung? Simone B's got some things rolling in. All right, I'll stop feeling bad for Swarmlings and move on. Claybo takes a priest. Ooh la la. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, he's going to keep getting... I mean, Claybo's just going to keep getting good stuff off the cult. I mean, as long as he can hit that 4th step for water soon. There's our witches, Earth 1. I mean, yeah, red alert. Like once he got that double dig round one with air two, no threat to earth one. Like this is just, I think it's playing itself for the moment. Maybe he'll have some tougher decisions coming up. He even landed on the 7 coins for round two. If I were to target anyone right now, sorry, this sounds anti red alert. I'm happy. I'm very happy for red alert to win again. That would be two. He won by and won, so I don't mean to be anti red alert, but I would view witches as a concern. They are down 18, 19 points on Alchemist. It's definitely not nothing. Um, and it's of course always hard to win network against Alchemists. You know, Swarmlings are mostly out of their way. E2 will probably sit there for E2 will probably sit there for Alchemist to do a town in like round 5. Like I think Alchemist will, unless Swarmlings do something wild. Wouldn't that be interesting? No, there's no way Swarmlings can beat Witches to F3. Ooh, expensive TP from Simone B. Fair enough. He loves throwing them money points around. Did I mention there was a points lead between Witches and Alchemists? It doesn't appear to be there anymore. He converted 15 points to coins at once. All right, Heffa's not going to go down without a bit of a fight on Earth Called. Is Hephaestus going to keep accepting his power? He is. It's not obvious to me. I mean, just because like Heffa's going to really need cult points this game. And like 3-for-2s are like a bit painful for them. He's just not going to build that much. I mean, it wouldn't have shocked me if he starts denying, also just revenge, declining some of that Claybo cultist leech, but maybe he feels like he needs it for something. Although really, I mean, he gets so much power. Yeah, well, anyway. So Claybo took that priest. I'm curious what he wants to do. Yeah, Super Jarny says Claybo is just jealous that he didn't get to play Swarmlings. I have noticed Claybo has been playing a lot of Swarmlings in Arena. I don't know. Maybe he just thinks they're like tend to not get bid enough because of landscapes or something. All right, Alchemist go Earth one. Okay, sorry, I haven't been doing careful accounting, but after getting the workers action and being on worker power, Simone B got to TP Temple, Earth 1, and now build 3 dwellings. That's pretty good. I don't know how much he'll be able to build next round, which is a dwelling round. Maybe I'm missing something, but it's not obvious to me how he'll be able to hit next round as hard as, say, Witches. Like, Witches are going to massacre next round. I mean, Witches can even town. Yeah, I think Witches are in a real good spot, and I don't think it. I think this is partly why I would have upgraded in a way that gives Swarmlings double dig, because I just am very concerned for Witches here. All right, here's another temple. Assuming this is Earth 1 for cultists. Okay. This is like, to me, this is like the modern Earth 1 rush is Temple for Econ Favor round 1, Temple for Earth 1 round 2, or SA for Earth 1 round 2. That's basically vanilla TM these days. I mean, still lots of micro decisions have been going on, so not saying they're not playing well or making tough decisions. Yep. So we should say Hephaestus did get the bone of passing back onto big building, which is really nice. So that's definitely a saving grace. So I mean, maybe I'm too down on Swarmlings. Like maybe he can still dig out 2 towns in the northeast somehow. I just am concerned given like Water 2 Alchemist, Cultist going bonkers. Like just it's just gonna be it's gonna be such tough sledding. But and there's no ship scoring scroll either. But Swarmlings are weird, so maybe they'll do it. Okay. So yeah, so cultists are gonna be. I wonder if they're just going to 2-ship or trying for 3-ship. Definitely 2-ship this round. Because he passed on to temp ship and he's got a good number of coins. I think he's getting the. Is he getting the coins action? I think he is. So he could even increase ship twice. I don't know if he wants to, but he could. I think Swarmlings are probably double digging B7. Does that look right? I think that's right. And putting down 3 dwellings next round. Which would leave coins for Claybo, and then he has lots of fun times with that. I mean, he only has 3 workers to put down, but so he's definitely going D8, B7, and then I guess I'm wondering if he's going like E1 or something like that. I don't think. Sorry, I'm just like wondering if he could do something weird, like somehow sneak up via D4 and on 2-ship and get up here. I don't think so, but yeah, I don't think so. It's an interesting pass for Simone B. TP scroll, yeah. Alex loved TP scroll for round 3 in a dwelling round. You just took it for the 1 extra worker. Maybe also like not floating it. I mean, he didn't really have good alternatives. But maybe he just decided to take that instead of. I mean, I think did I have 2 coins on it? Yeah. Well, it's sort of a sad pass situation for Alchemist, but he could have had 6 points straight up or on this scroll, or maybe put that priest to use for. But he produces 2 per round anyway. Not that interesting. Oh, Heffa took the coins. Oh, interesting. Is he going to take workers and increase digs? Oh, he will bridge. I think he's going to town. I think he's going to bridge, build a 10, free TP it, town up, get those workers, and go from there. Yeah, interesting. And then we'll see what the rest of the round looks like. That's probably what Swarmlings will do. Would be my guess. Yeah. Yeah, Heffa not double digging there is really good for Simone B. We're seeing the ship increases. This Witches round is just moi. This is like. I actually am wondering if Alchemists. I'm wondering if they might even have a hard time beating Witches on network. I mean, probably not. Alchemists are Alchemists, and Simone B will take all workers' towns and worker power actions, but it's interesting. I don't think we'll see on Cultist. I don't think they can fight these 2 on network. It feels like it's probably between Witches and Alchemists, but they do have stuff coming off the cults. So when when Cultists have probably 3 digs coming off the cults, you never know. It's a pretty, yeah. So yeah, so we'll see Witches build A6, G6, F3. Um, we'll see what they choose to do after that. Simone B gets his double dig. He can go to. Be curious if he goes well, like when he goes stronghold. I mean, he'll probably essay for water one before that, but at some point here, I guess he'll probably just instead of going stronghold, he'll probably just build out TPs next round and use that because alchemists have really good TP production if they can get all four out. So I wonder if he might actually. We'll see what his production looks like. I don't think it's actually. Yeah, he actually has a few different options here, but I think we might see a like no mid game stronghold from Alchemist here, which is a little unusual. All right, red alert's now on two ship. Nice, nice. Single dig is still sitting there. I wonder. I wonder if Claybo or. Oh my God! Somehow I spaced out for a second, and Claybo beat Swarmlings to B7. Yikes! Yeah, yeah, super. Sorry, I was lollygagging. Yeah. Gosh, poor Swarmlings. Poor Swarmlings. It's a bit rough on them. Oh gosh, what are they gonna do after this? Because witches are gonna beat them to F3. Oh man. Anyway, oh, I feel bad for. It's a tough game for Hephaestus. It is not broken his way, let's say. Um, one thing is Hephaestus would kind of like to have a slow round. If he could find his way onto like TP scroll, he'd like to do that. But one there after a dwelling round, landing on seven, like getting a 14 coin pass is like super sweet. So there's a 7 coins floating. So if someone can build out dwellings and then pass and get a 14 coin pass, that would be amazing. I don't know if that will happen, but that's definitely something to keep an eye on. Yeah. So Simone B likes priest production. He will have 4 priest income for next round. Nice. He's probably only winning one cult, but he'll get a lot. He's gotten a good amount of income. And Alchemist, I guess he does produce 2 per round, but he's only on one ship right now, and he'll want to increase digs soon. So we'll see. We'll see how he does it. Um, all right, Hephaestus, and we think he's going 2 key. Don't see great alternatives. Ooh, cultists did. They're pretty enthused about that 7 coin scroll sitting there. Yeah, fair enough. Like they were more keen on that than single digging somewhere random because they only had one worker left. They do have a priest. Yeah, I mean they could have gotten 2 more dwellings down if they wanted to. But that I was wondering if someone was going to feel a little pressure to pass just a smidge earlier to get like the 14 coins. It's just so good. Um, yeah. All right. Here they're towning up. Simone B is on 2 ship now. Guess he's heading to 3 ship. He's gonna build H3. Yeah, he can't single dig. So I guess he'll go to 3 ship and build H3. Call it a day. Maybe. Yeah. So the witches continue to build out. They can't reach any other greens right now, despite they still have their cult bump. And they have 6 power in bowl 3. Red alert, yeah, he's given this a think. He's got some options. Super Shiny glad he's not playing in Premier League looking at this game. Yeah, it is brutal. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty intense. Okay, so he decided to single dig G4. Get that one last dwelling down. I think it's good. He's going to... I wonder if he's going to need neighbors on that south island. Like if witches build... Okay, good. Okay, so I think he was... It'll be interesting to see if alchemists do like H4, I4, I5, and then, witches do H5, H6. That could be mutually beneficial for like setting up town spots here. I'm still guessing we're going to see this as an SA town for alchemists unless Hephaestus gets spiky and takes E2. But once he loses H6, I don't think E2 helps him, so... it's like a Hail Mary. So I think he'll probably just focus on doing stuff up here. Kalebo will probably target A9 next just to really twist the knife. Simone B loves those one worker tiles. He's back onto worker power now. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the decisions for around water 1. Like, you could choose to not build out TPs with water 1. Wondering if Simone B can... He also really wants green up here in the northwest. I'm just looking ahead a couple rounds to the town round. Looks like witches... I wonder... Witches will probably town this coming round because they want to build a TP. And they don't have good spots. That's like one awkward thing for witches right here. Is like they'd like to be doing TPs in the south. So we'll see if Simone B... I mean, Simone B also doesn't have super desirable TP spots. So Hephaestus is dug out A9. He saw that Kalebo was just planning to first move dig A9. So we have... yeah, okay. So here's Kalebo on the first move. So we'll see... So he's double digging. Okay. Nice. So he's setting up... Oh, he canceled his move. Hold on. Let's see here. I wonder what he's... So he dug C5, B6 for a second there. And that like starts setting up TP spots. He would need a bridge. Probably is okay on that front. But then, he can start building his TPs here and feel pretty good about it. Yeah, okay. He does it again. Maybe he's building on the other spot. I wonder if he was just deciding which of the two to build on. Yeah, I think he built on the other spot this time. I'm not sure. Um, Maybe he thinks witches might upgrade. I don't know. That's kind of funny. Oh, huh. I'm not exactly clear on what he's thinking there, but I don't think it matters that much. So he wants to make sure he can start building TPs here and then town next round. I mean, he could. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. He could build. He's gonna build three. Can he get? Might be able to get three. So yeah, Simone B does SA for water one. You know, the SA town I think he would like is actually this one, D5, D4, E1, and he needs witches on D3. That's really nice. So I think he doesn't need the E2 town as long as witches come to D3. He'll be fine there. Are witches going to come there sooner rather than later though? They don't. It's kind of weird because like witches and alchemists need to coordinate in the south and the west. But like alchemists aren't going to come here until they've increased digs. They don't have their stronghold up yet, but they're going to need to start doing more digging soon. So but he's not like rolling in worker production, and he also wants to build TPs this round. But I guess if yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's a little awkward actually for both of them. We'll see how it ends up shaking out. And we'll so also it looks like Claybo is gonna pass on. I don't think he's gonna go for water one. I think, right? Like, which makes sense. And I was wondering if he would just not feel like he has enough. It's a little tricky though because he's gonna build out TPs and it's pretty small footprint alchemists. I mean, how many structures are they gonna have at the end of the game? I guess he'll dig G9 later and get I8, I9. But maybe maybe it just doesn't matter because he's just gonna get third on network anyway against these two like monster just alchemists doing anything and monster witches game. Claybo does have a 19-point lead on alchemists and a 10-point lead on witches. It's not nothing, but Swarmlings have passed him on Earth Cult. Alchemists have water locked up. Swarmlings are going to win fire. So it's not like they're going to do amazing on the cults either. So cultists, I think, do have some problems. Simone B so far has decided that one expensive TP is enough for his tastes. He upgraded F4. We'll see if he does more or not. Hephaestus continues to accept leech from, unless I'm, oh no, maybe he declined. Okay, no, he declined. So witches just upgraded E5, this trading post, so they took a coin town. I really wonder what the alchemists and witches are going to do about this neighbor situation. It's so interesting. Like, are witches going to increase? I don't know. It's kind of funny. It's definitely a little tricky. Claybo builds B6. So he's definitely gonna get two towns next round, which is nice. I will Simone B only get one town next round? I think so. And which is he goes stronghold. Oh, okay. Simone B is like, I do not dig before my stronghold is up. So he's like, must build stronghold first. Okay, interesting. And he can take workers now. He's such a character. Okay. He's like a very principled player. He has an order to things. Um okay. So witches are gonna try to make air cult their cult. Their one cult that they win. We'll see if they can keep that up. Um yeah, what are these TP games they're playing? Sorry, I know I'm a little obsessing about this, but alchemists and witches seem like they should be able to like be BFFs between like the Northwest and the South, and it's just a little clunkier than they'd like. And it's almost like one of them needs to come to the other, but it's a little costly to be the one who goes. Um, so yeah, so we'll see. For Simone B, it's really not good that there's no ship scroll in the game, and that last round is big building. Like that's really unfortunate for alchemists. Um, and it is a landscape game, so we should keep an eye also on Red Alert needs to get his landscape down before he loses these two temples, because that's the prerequisite for it. Claybo's making sure he gets the water dig. Big building scroll is hanging out. I know one person who would like that. Actually, two people. Oh my god, yeah. Simone B. He's got a interesting. Cultists, Swarmlings and Alchemists want that scroll so bad. Swarmlings do have a step on their pass scroll, but like that's just so amazing for both players. My God, Simone B, you need some points, dude. The point of the game is to score points. The person with the most points wins. Just saying. Sorry, I'll calm down. I got a little worked up. You know what? I need a beer. Terra Mystica just brings it out in me, especially when I'm sitting here like a lunatic talking to myself. Next week, I've got a Deep Finesse lined up. He's gonna join me next week, so apologies for the solo cast this week. I know it's less exciting than with Jekyll and with Deep Finesse. Apologies for that. All right, Simone B went for it. Single dig power action. Alchemists love it. He single dug F5, and I guess he'll build. So now he can is he gonna build G9 and TP F5? I wonder. Witches have gone to 3 ship. I think he's gonna go to D3 and then start TPing there. I was wondering if this was coming with witches, because this was the thing where it's like they gotta come to each other. And I was wondering if witches would go up there, and I think it's the right decision by Red Alert to go D3 and just start getting that going. I think you also just want to like start getting there and make sure that you get that town, because witches like get the extra 5 points from towns, and if you wait too long, soon alchemists are gonna have digs increase, and eventually they'll have enough to tap C1 once you get to D3 and dig D2. So you just kind of you don't want to wait too long. Otherwise, Simone B will give you a little smack for it. Claybo's like just doesn't want to have to deal with bridge shenanigans next round. Swarmlings did get onto the big building scroll. So did Swarmlings forego their cult step? I didn't catch that. Deep Fickles and Mr. Finesse. Sure. Super shiny. Okay. Thanks, Aradel. Thank you. I feel a little bit like a lunatic sitting here by myself, but thank you for the encouragement. I'm glad. As long as people are having fun, that's good. Um, okay. All right. So yeah. So you know what? Hephaestus is like hanging around with like the most awkward game ever, just with his dig increase and then just riding this big building scroll after opening round one with stronghold and sanctuary, which is a monster opening for swarmlings. And he ended up he's gonna win two cults. Like that's pretty good. um Claybo continues to build his TPs up here in the north to set that up. And now, yay, TP spot. Yeah, I mean, at least one for Red Alert. That's good. It is kind of painful for these like witches and alchemists to be going to three ship like this and no ship scoring in the game. It's just like, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, but it's a little bit rough. Okay. Simone B got his worker power action. Natürlich. There's our D3 TP upgrade. Yeah, I mean, Simone B could do this a couple different ways. Like, I have a feeling he's building G9 this round just to make sure he doesn't kill. Like, he could go G9 and then two more TPs, like E1 and F5. I don't think that's crazy. Oh, he's got to keep a little bit of an eye. Oh, he doesn't have a town yet. There could be some cult shenanigans going on Water Cult. Neither cultist nor alchemist have a key yet, but this is getting dicey with 1-2 spot left and oh yeah, or H8. That makes more sense than G9. I forgot he could reach it, but this will just help him for towning next round because he'll dig one of these two, G7 or G8. But yeah, so I guess. Ooh, expensive TP on F3 for witches. Yeah, sure. I mean, what else are you gonna do? Fair enough. It's a little bit of a bummer for the 6 coins. It's a little bit of a bummer for the 6 coins from the town to pay for exactly one TP is like a little bit of a bummer. Hi, Pong. Yeah. Oh, Pong. Isn't that the word Chili Gonzalez taught me? Pong? General excitement. Oh no, it was Pog. I'm feeling general excitement, Chili Gonzalo. Hi, Pong. Yeah, there's the TP on E1. I think we'll probably see one more TP on F5 for Small B, or maybe he'll just decide to do. Actually, he'll probably just. Oh man, yeah. Water Cult's kind of weird. They don't have keys. But as soon as it's gonna be Claybo, right? Because he's going to looks like Claybo's gonna get that because he'll just he'll be able to town before Simone B and he'll just take the 8-point town. Sorry, Simone B. It's good for Claybo. Claybo's in like how many points does he have? Yeah, he's got like moderately concerned about Simone B. Like we know he loves comebacks from last week, like CM comeback, and he loves a good Alchemist comeback. But like, I'm worried about that round 6. Only 2 scoring scrolls in the game. He misses big building scroll. He decide, of course, he's prioritizing worker production over actually scoring this round because he'll just turn his points into coins. I've had some games where like I like to like I'll do something. I'll like build 4 TPs as Alchemist round 4 and actually just not do the stronghold and then because their TPs is, like, produce an insane number of coins. I love Alchemists. There's so many ways to play them. All right. Cult digs galore. You all saw where those went. Excellent. Simone B put his on D4. Yup, yup, yup. Okay. Hephaestus first move digs A7 to put down his landscape. I see, yeah. He wants to make sure he can town this round, I presume. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm assuming does he probably fired twos. Does he dig and build B9? I'm not doing the math. I'm guessing he digs and builds B9 and then fire two, like with the free upgrade. I think that gets him there. What's up, Fruity Harris? Um, is he taking Air 1 and paying for a TP to get the town? Sorry, which faction are you talking about? I think we're talking about the same faction. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's yeah, Swarmlings. Yeah, I think so. He's got 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 here. Yeah, he kind of like has to temple anyway. So does he? And then he would have to like pay for a TP on A8. I don't know if he has all that. So my guess is fire two. Um, yeah. All right. Red alert gets double dig so that he can. Yeah. I mean, is he gonna expensive TP again this round to get this town? I mean, gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, Heffa's going for it up here. That dude is like that dude is like clawed his way through this game. I mean, if he can get honestly, if he can get anything but last, I will like be super impressed because like I felt like the TM gods conspired against him. Um, Simone B, guess what? Took the workers' power action. Yeah. All right. So he's gonna increase digs and dig out this town with either G7 or G8. And he'll town here. I think so. He's definitely getting two towns. I don't think he can do more than that, but maybe I'm wrong. It's always hard to tell with alchemists because when they're digging, right, they start generating that power back. So sometimes I'm surprised at how much they can get done when they're like digging and towning and taking more resources, etc. And like, by God, he will take a worker town. Um, I mean, the brother's at 36 points. What Alchemist started the game at 40, right? We're in round 5 and he's at 36 points. All right. Um, so Claybo's doing some goodies. Right. Okay. So Claybo actually is not going to essay this round. He's going with the F7 route. I think that's where his cult digs went, so that he can save his essay for next round. Maybe there's some small miracle where he finds an essay town like up here. It's not impossible, maybe. Um, in round 6, I'm talking about. So he'll get his two towns this round. He's only at 55 points. If witches can, I wonder if witches should just like two priests to air right now, just to like make sure, you know. Um, I think they wanna. I think they should make sure that they get. Although it's possible the second he puts a priest to air, someone else puts it also to air. Yeah, there's our fire two for Fruity. We got our answer. There's the fire two. You know what? He might still air one after, because he gets the workers back, so he might actually do both. Um, mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Super is saying Temple Fire 2 on D3, hope for SA round 6 and do this SA town. Yeah, yeah, good call. I like that, Super. That's probably what he has in mind. Again, I just worry, especially if witches are seen as the front runner, to leave that for like C1 for round 6. Especially if Simone B like gets a bridge and like he can actually town there potentially around 6. I just worry a little bit about leaving it so late, but I see what you're saying. It's interesting. Um, all right, Red Alert took the 1 on each town, so he fired 2 so to spare him the ignominy of another expensive TP. Nailed that. So okay, Claybo Town is a 8-point town, right? Oh no, they're gone. Oh, Claybo Simombi didn't take the power, but I think the sequencing is still such that that's so funny. He'll still get the water called unless I'm missing something. A lot of points coming in this round. Is there any chance Simone B could get? No. Okay, probably not. I was just curious if there was like any way he goes like if he goes fire 2 and then like just digs and builds and then somehow like through his digging regenerates his power, he takes worker towns, bridges here and actually gets another town in the north. Just curious if there was like some alternate reality where he does that. Not doing the math, of course. My God, he's so far back on points. Yeah, Worker Town. Shocker. Okay. All right. Keep it going, Simone B. That 8-point town sitting in a weird spot. Sorry. So witches took the 1 on each. Oh, mate, will he air 1 or something? What is his plan here? I guess if he just takes this, I guess if he's got to put priest to air now, right? Because if he does that, it's pretty safe. Like I don't think anyone's going to air 3 anytime soon. Don't you put this priest to air? Or does he need it for some purpose I'm missing? Like it's kind of nice that it wasn't Cultus that got, like if Cultus got that priest to air instead of Swarmlings, it gets dicey, but now if okay, maybe I should expand my horizons and think about what else he could be considering. Oh, double dig. Sure. Also good. Oh no, 3 worker dig. Gotcha. 3 worker dig. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, I get it, dude, because you don't want to leave it too late. Like Simone B is going to be increasing digs like nowish. So he can build both of these this round. Yeah, yeah. I'm with it, Red Alert. I see what you're oh, undo. Undo. All right. Priest of Air. he'll, pro- he'll probably do it next move. Back over here. I mean, I like the Priest of Air too. That's probably what I would have Priest of Air, but I think he's on the right track to protect. I think he should worry about that. Yeah, we knew Claybo was gonna Priest to Water just to beat Simone B to it. Is Simone B like it's not. So he's got 6 structures left on his board. So do witches. Witches are going to win a cult. Witches are ahead on points. Simone B is going to town again once this round. Both of them will probably town again in the game. I'm not sure I see a way for Okay. witches don't have water one. Neither. I guess I'm like starting to feel like it's an uphill battle for Simone B to catch witches. Here's our 3 worker digging build from Red Alert. Still like it, dude. Um. Okay. Here's the other. Here's the next Claybo town, another priest town. I mean, it's pretty monstrous to get both priest town. That's just good fun. I guess he'll start just going for second on fire. He could start no, he's not really. Okay. So he has 2 end of round cult digs coming, presumably, which he could put on B5. Then he only needs 1 more dig to set up an SA town here. That would involve taking 2 more favors. It's very expensive, and he's just not producing many workers, so it's probably impossible. It's a small footprint alchemist, as we expected. Yeah. Sad outcome for Jekyll's a sad outcome for Water 2 Alchemist. This was the fear, right? I mean, like, not to pick on him, but like we kind of it was like desperate hope to win 1 cult, right? Like with Water 2 Alchemist when you're going against cultists and swarmlings. On the other hand, he did get a lot of stuff. I mean, a fair amount of stuff. It was a little bit late. Like he had other ways to get air dig, but all right. Witches have just closed out air. Let's not like play games, says Red Alert. Let's just make sure we get it. It's also 3 power back. It's good. He's producing tons of priests anyway, so I think this is good. So I think like when you're like a network contender, if you can just win 1 cult, right? Like that's enough on that front because you're competing on network. So let's reassess once alchemists get this town, because I feels like witches are in good shape here. Now, witches and alchemists are the only ones not on a scoring scroll, so I guess we should start paying a bit of attention to these passes. Hephaestus is here's the TP that I thought might come last round on F5. We'll see 3 digs and a dwelling build on G7 or G8. Oh, he still hasn't put his landscape down. Interesting. So he'll finish this town. Hephaestus is increasing his ship. Network swarms. Here it comes. Yeah. He's just got nothing else to do, and he's overproducing priests, so like, why not? He's already increased digs. He's like just not got many more ways to score. Yeah. He might be passing with a fair number of resources. Resource points are good. At the end of the game. That dude has like made the most though, right? Talk about like making lemonade out of lemons, I believe the phrase is. Yeah. All right. So like witches, it's wild. I mean, witches still like can build F1 H2 I1 also like on a network. I mean, how many structures are they going to get down to? Like, are they going to build? Are they going to go down to, I can't tell if they're going to have 1 structure left on their board or, because they have like 3 spots left for structures without much fuss, right? F1, H2, I2. So for 3 more structures, but we know they want to, we think we know. Can you think you know? Or do you know? Is no imply certainty. We know he wants to go Sanctuary, right? So that's this gone. But then to get down to one structure left on his board, it means needing to temple, build 3 TPs and 3 dwellings. It might not be doable. Simone B is getting down to easily 2 structures left on his board. My guess is he gets down to 1 structure left on his board. Do you agree? Is Simone B getting down to 1 structure left on his board? I think so. So I think witches might want to consider that. He could, there could be instead of doing another temple, he could go at like SASH. He could, yeah. I guess he has some options. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. He has and he has a cult dig coming in. That helps. That helps on this front too. So witches can put like their cult dig on H2. He also has the option of putting it on like B1 to gray if he just wants to like scrap the SA and do it that way. He could do that. He's got some options. Okay, I'm sure there's games being played right now for past scrolls. I personally am not in love with that phase of Terra Mystica, the round 5, like dawdling for a particular scroll. Claybo's at 2 ship for fun, I believe. He is about to pass for 8 points. No one, they never took water 1. Simone B takes his water 2-step on air cult. Sure, why not? Simone B has to get a 3rd town, right? I mean, he has to. He has to get a 3rd town. Hephaestus wants more priests, he says. He says, give me that TP scroll. I don't think you're getting it. Or maybe he's just is like, I'll just deny it from the table at least. Because I don't think, I think Simone B is going to get that TP scroll. He passes after cultist. But I guess Hephaestus can deny the big building from the table. Sure, may as well. I mean, doesn't have a lot else going on, so. All right, Claybo says, screw it. I'm out. I don't want to waste resources doing stuff. Oh my god, temp ship in round 6 again. This was our favorite from last game, wasn't it? Yes. It had only 2 coins on it. That's so funny. That is peculiar. Not that he had like amazing options, but like he's not using the temp ship, so this is 3 power, a coin and a worker instead of 3 power and 2 coins. Hey, whatever. Whatever floats your boat, dude. Oh my gosh, wait, Simone B. Oh right, Simone B. Okay, whatever. All right, there's a little bone to Hephaestus. Hephaestus does get TP scroll because Simone B is happy with big building. In fact, slightly happier. Hephaestus doesn't even need to pass right now because he knows for sure that Simone B is still taking another move. So he could, if he wants to, for poops and giggles, do something right now. Is he like thinking about closing fire or something? I don't know. My god, Hephaestus is like so out of stuff to do. Yeah. Dude, I don't think it matters that much. I think you can just go for it. Yeah. Um, okay. Hephaestus has like really hung in there. He only has one more spot for a TP, which is kind of unfortunate because he would like to do two TPs next round, not just one. But that involves like digging A5 or B4, building a dwelling, and then doing the extra TP. Maybe it's not worth it. I was just thinking because like right, he has water 1, air 1, and he's on TP scroll. But he only has one dwelling left to build on. Simone B is towning, the much anticipated town. He is deliberating as opposed to snap taking two workers. Good for him. He'll probably take the two worker town anyway. He's like, I don't know if he can, yeah, like counting out for next round what he needs to do a third town somewhere. Yeah, worker town. He kept us in suspense just for fun. It's been really like quite a game for witches. I mean, it's gone pretty smoothly. If Hephaestus wins this game, I will just like I'll refuse to have swarmlings in a game ever again. It's just too absurd. But he's it's pretty funny. Just seeing yeah, no, he won't. Just seeing this dig on G1 and like you see that run in the west for witches, but I mean that can't be possible. Plus, Alchemist probably would just tap H2 if he wants to. Claybo turning H9 yellow, fair enough. Doesn't have a lot else to do. It's kind of a yeah, it's like a weird cultist game. Hephaestus just turned E2 green. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Because he wants one spot to put a dwelling. Yeah. So this is the he's doing the thing where he's planning where he wants to do the one free TP and he needs a place for that building another TP. So he's gonna do it on E2, and witches have no structures on their board, so it's safe. It just looked a little risky to do that next to witches, but now I see that it's totally safe. So Red Alert's able to snap 7 coins. It's a little, like it's a little sad that he's not on a point scroll for the last round, but those coins should be put to good use. Those priests could be workers too. We'll see like how much he can end up doing here. If I was him, I would be counting out how to get down to one structure left on my board. I guess there's still a water 1 out there if anyone wants to build more TPs. It's not going to be Claybo. I mean, I think Claybo's just going to do his 2 big buildings, right? He's going to go Stronghold and then like Air 1 probably. Yeah, Hephaestus has his E2 spot, so to secure 2 TP possibilities. It's pretty funny Swarmlings game. It's really something else. So he's going to it's like 12, 18, 34, 38 more points plus resource points for Hephaestus. I can't possibly. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So here's the essay for Water 1. Nice. So now we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if how much he cares about getting down to one structure left on his board. Although I guess I should do more math and figure the fact that he did yeah, water one. He'll probably just take second on network, I guess. And I could be. I mean, Simone B has a 14 workers plus 2 priests. That's pretty wild. So who knows what he'll do? It's sort of funny to have that many workers for digging and building, and then still maybe need a bridge. Because like this possibility disappeared when Cultus got to I9. He could try to dig those 4, but my guess is he'll end up bridging, right? I guess the other option is going back to this idea. He could 1, 2, 3. Ooh, could he do both? Surely not. He doesn't have fire 2. If he had fire 2, I was just wondering if he could do something wild. And get both of these with a bridge, but probably not. All right, there's our 11-point town. Witches do have... Witches... Yeah. Yep, here's the round 6 SA is nice for cultists, especially in like if you're playing a tall game. You know, it's like you still just take those 7 points plus 5 on the track. Turning 12 resources into 12 points, you know. It's nice. Oh, he's like out of stuff. That's pretty wild. He just like didn't produce much, right? It's pretty wild. This can't be Claybo. So it's got to be witches, right? I'm not confident who's second. All right, fine. Every time I predict something, I'm wrong. So I shouldn't assume witches are winning this, but I'm getting that TM sense. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see what Simone B can squeeze out. Again, like this is kind of I mean, it's like it's so hard. Like Claybo's out of stuff and Simone B has 12 workers, effectively 14 workers still. Yeah, he's going to go for that South town that I was wondering about. Now it's handy that he has landscape actually. So how much more can he do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I guess he could also tap one of these greens just to, if he's worried about network, because I don't, witches have no recourse to that. So I don't know if that's worth it or not, but he could just poke one of these greens if he wanted to. Maybe that's easier than fussing too much. Curious. Yeah. Endgame is so complicated. Like it's a little bit unclear exactly. Like I'm just gonna the witches having fire 2 and alchemist not. Like if it was reversed. Yeah, I'm just imagining different situations, and I'm still wondering if alchemist could, like bridge is still there. Do they have enough structures to do both of these towns? That would be so wild. It's not town round anymore. And look at the towns that are left. It's pretty sad. I guess a coin town is always worth at least 8 points to alchemist. But he doesn't have fire 2. I keep forgetting that. Yeah. If he had fire 2, that might be feasible. But I don't think it is. He'll just make sure he wins network, I guess. Um, yeah, because if he had fire two, he could put two structures in the south and one more structure in the north. Although maybe he's just built too tall elsewhere anyway. Yeah, I think he has got too much height in other places anyway. Okay. So we've got the swarmlings thing that we expected. So he built here. He paid for one manually. Um, I think he's been increasing some ship as well for funsies. He could do. Will he just do one more ship increase? Oh, look at air. I mean, it's probably better for him to just. What's funny is that they don't have their landscape out yet, but cultist's landscape actually is quite helpful in a situation like this. Is Simone B gonna put it? Is I'm just curious if cultist will like priest to earth. I'm not paying too close attention to what they're doing, but they could like priest to earth and then like single dig down their landscape to try to like win the tiebreak here for second on air. Witches are just increasing digs. Okay. Fair enough. They're like, we're getting. It's interesting. It's not better to. Yeah, maybe. I thought maybe he would TP and do another dwelling or something, but maybe that's 5 points and saves you. It's 5 points for the same resource cost, yeah, instead of 6 points, and you get the same network. Yeah. Okay. All right. What do we got here? So Red Alert advanced. Claybo built a dwelling somewhere on A2. Oh. Oh. Huh. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. So Claybo does not have the tie break on air. I thought maybe he would do something funny there, but I guess maybe he wasn't confident. Maybe he just thought Swarmlings would just go up twice. Like Swarmlings are kind of funny. Like they actually one more ship increase is worth a lot as well, but they can't put Priest to air and do it, which is kind of unfortunate. Um, yeah, he's thinking about it. He's thinking about whether he should increase his ship or go to air. Yeah, Fruity Hairs, good point. Got to use that for ship. This was the plan. This is why he liked that pass onto Temp Ship. It was like gonna bust a move, score those dwelling points while not competing on network. I was talking to Barnwell recently, and he had like was thinking about a four ship, and Jekyll shared with me. Jekyll, I don't know if you. Oh yeah, you are still there. Jekyll has this wild game where she did a four ship on Alchemist in like round three on lakes, and it was actually really clutch. Um, it was very cool. It's like there's this if you like the if you're like the northwest for Alchemists on lakes, if you with four ship you can loop around that like typical central mass and get to that other key black. It was like the best use of four ship that I've seen. Um, Barnwell was bemoaning the inability to do it in his game, but he had some idea. I think it was on revised base where you like swoop across the north. All right, Simone B is going for that south town. Simone B wants that great feeling of being the only person left in the game, so he's gonna slow play it. He's gonna like see where everybody else is. Um, If Hephaestus could get like one more power, he actually would have enough for another ship increase. But as it stands, I'm guessing he just puts it to he'll just put it to air just to like because now cultists have a priest also. Am I missing something? He doesn't have his landscape, right? Huh. So he's gonna put. I guess Claybo wants to put that priest to fire, or what? Why did Claybo take that priest to fire? Maybe. Okay. I wonder if this is such a funny cultist game. I mean, like he's gonna get third on network anyway, playing like this, which is really nice. And like the Swarmlings board like looks so all 8 dwellings still on the board in one temple. This is a Swarmlings game. Um, yeah, and maybe this ultimately is kind of this Swarmley's game. Like it was rough. It was tough sledding, but he still like we figured this was going to be an abandoned stronghold in the middle. And he did ultimately get those 2 towns elsewhere. And Chili Gonzalo was talking earlier about how like it's a little sad to strand your stronghold in a landscapes game, and it's true. I mean, the landscapes mean you still get your 2 towns instead of just 1 town when you strand your stronghold. And stranded stronghold games, like sometimes work out even without landscape, work out okay. But like this is kind of what we foresaw, despite all the tough sledding. It's just like really wild. He managed to he ended up hanging in there on cults, and I think what worked out well is like he's getting to Keytown anyway, and the fact that he opened SA means he's producing. Because one problem with like Swarmlings, right? It's like if they're gonna rely on cult scoring, but if they're not getting their priest production up early, like for example, if they are like towning round 2 and building out, and maybe their first temple is round 3 or something crazy like that, like everyone else is putting priests to call it in the meantime, and it can be hard then to like get those points. But he started producing 2 priests per round, like immediately, and so like with 2 key that ends up being enough to get there. So um Simone B is still like 37 points back on him, but Hephaestus is already passed, and Simone B has those 8 pass points coming. Now, Simone B and Red Alert are the only 2 with a win so far. Simone B missed the first game and got last, or Derek M like sort of played for him, and which was nice of him, but got last in the game. So here goes witches on the pass. I wonder how much Simone B is gonna like count everybody's points and then figure out if he needs to like pass one of these 2 people in particular. Um, but it's got to be. This has got to be Witch's game, right? I think it is. Um, but the rest is not quite as obvious. Simone B, where are your points, man? Going down. Nice. Yeah, I don't know if I wonder if Simone B. I know Simone B. has certain principles that he has to stick to on Alchemist, but somewhere in the mid game, it seemed like it because there's not enough scoring late. Like I think he only built. Did he build like 1 TP, or he just didn't build many TPs in that TP round? I wonder if he fell off the boat a little. Like, and then he went for that stronghold. He does get on the scroll in round 6, but like he could have built it then anyway. Anyway, I wonder if there are some other routes for Alchemist here. He wins network by 2, but the witches could have gone harder for that if they wanted to. So Anywho, so big ups to Hephaestus for like fighting this out and not getting last. Like big respect. I think is this Simone B last? No, there's got some resource points. Might be Hephaestus gets. Oh wow, this is pretty wild. Big ups to Hephaestus. Like that is not easy, and it ends up being pretty close actually. I mean, he got the dream on passing, like basically, um, he got like dream passing, like all game essentially, and that's what lets him get here. Ends up being closer than I expected. Um, oh, my hair looks a little crazy. I showered before this. Um, wow, Hephaestus, respect, dude, respect. That was impressive. Really pulled that out of the hat, and it keeps him in the mix a bit. Red Alert is now only played twice because he had a bye in week 2. So he's played twice and 2 first place. So Red Alert is like for sure in the lead now. Hephaestus, like I think this is a clutch second place for him. Um, so he's like sort of hanging around. Simone B now is on 7 points with 3 games played. So he would need to win. He would need to win his last game, and then Red Alert can't get more than 1 more point in his last 2 games. Tough last place for Claybo. It was kind of like a tricky, weird cultist game. But yeah, that was nicely balanced. Oh, Patrick, what's up? Yeah, yeah, I'm also anti-cultist, not anti-Claybo, anti-cultist. I'm sure you're happy to see Swarmlings manage to swing that despite. Oh, Patrick, you got to see the beginning of the game. It was rough for Swarmlings. So you know, it's pretty crazy how close this ended up being. It didn't feel this close, but it's only 4 points, and honestly, even like Simone B only 10 points off first. So I think I was a bit off on my read. I mean, I was like crudely on the right track, but witches were certainly in touch. The people folks were in touch with witches more than I thought. So that was a tough one. That was a tough one. I mean, witches had some awkward things to do, like with the expensive TP, having to do the going to 3 ship mid game to get places when there's no ship scoring in. Like they had some awkwardness, but getting that double dig round 1, it is so. I mean, it's so interesting. The question of if that upgrade in round 1 had gone in a different way that gives Swarmlings double dig, this game looks completely different. I'm not sure if it'd be interesting then if like maybe Swarmlings then it's not so obvious because like Swarmlings got certain other benefits, right? Like they use their power for other things. I'll have to go back and look at exactly how Swarmlings spent their power in round 1. But it is interesting to think about the alternate reality where the double dig went the other way, and like it was really interesting because someone was deciding who to give it to, basically. But Claybo, dude, maybe there might have been like a little too much aggression that held Claybo back, but maybe it was also just like the uphill battle of like Swarmlings going SA, getting 2 key, and then Water 2 Alchemist putting a lot of pressure on them, and then they just ended up playing such a small footprint. But I have to go back and look at where were those key decisions where it just felt like Claybo didn't build out enough early to then really hit that TP round hard. Well, he did hit the TP round hard, but then he had no production, and he did it without Water 1. So yeah, but it's also possible it was just a tough game for cultists, and that that's also true because I can't really necessarily point to. That's true. Yeah, George is reminding Swarmling's got workers and coins actions so that they can open SHSA. Right. So he doesn't open. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, George. George Shortwell just in chat. We're talking through like if they had gotten double dig instead, then they don't open SA. He also gets power in the East, that lets him do that. He also was on big building, so like he's scoring the 4 points for the SA, and then yeah, George. So your take is like that's actually better for him than getting double dig, but denying witches might be worth it. Yeah, it's really fascinating. So you think Swarmlings would be worse off? I guess the question then is, can they get three Northeast towns with a couple more hexes? I'm not totally sure. If Swarmlings can then get three towns northeast with their landscape somehow, I'm not exactly sure how it all breaks down over there. Um, but that would be different. There was like at some point mid game, people were denying cultist steps Jekyll, but not early, and it didn't seem like he got denied like really critical ones. um, that were like costing him key early cult spades or something. Anywho, sorry, I'm being long winded. I should wind this down. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll be back next week with Deep Finesse, and then there's a gap week, and then Derek M is going to come back in and cast the last one. I'll be away. So awesome. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out in chat. I'm glad I had some company. It is a bit strange talking to oneself, so appreciate that, and hope you all had fun. All right, take care, all, and thanks to the players for a fun game. Congrats, Red Alert. Well played.